this might seem like a sort of unusual way to open this video, but let me tell you what happened. As you might have noticed, these ain't my normal clothes. The folks I'm leaving now were nice enough to give me some dry ones. As you might have recently heard, I got stopped out there and brought to an undisclosed location to interview a real controversial figure. They're letting me release some of this video. I'll do the best I can. So, how's about we go back and start from the beginning? When I left Trix's place, I was feeling pretty good. It was a nice bright day, and I figured to cut across the north end of Toxic Valley to head southeast toward the Mire. It was a long walk, but I was ready. I stopped for a minute to take a look at Wavy Willards again. I wonder what that was like. As I was on my way by, gunshots caught my attention. Out here, it could have been anything, so I crept on over to see if they needed a hand.
We're on our way to join the settlers.
It was a good goal and a nice campsite, but he kept saying we, when there weren't nobody around but bones. But now between the sun and the changing wind, well, it seemed like all the critters are out in full force today. So, I was delayed a little bit. To me, this is beautiful. But I wonder sometimes what it's like for people who were here before the war. As the sun was going down, I thought about sleeping in this trailer, although it didn't look too welcoming. But what I found inside is that it was already occupied, or had been. Next to one of these unfortunate guys, I found a note.
Dear Peach, I always knew if the apocalypse came, the biggest threat to survival would be other people. These damn raiders have been harassing me left and right. Now the gourmands have started stalking me too. There's no way I'm letting anyone cook me up for dinner. I've holed up in some old trailer next to some radioactive dump site. I figure the rads will keep them away from me. And if I die here, my body will be far too toxic for them to eat. Even then, if they are stupid enough and eat me anyway, I can only hope the radiation in my body will put an end to them. I sure wish you were here, Peach. Although you're better off without me. You were right to leave me back when I was being a self-righteous prick, I guess. This is my way of saying sorry. Hopefully someday you'll know that. I love you, Peach. Scott.
Well, with that note on my mind, and the weather starting to turn, I decided that for once, I felt like sleeping inside, so I headed up the hill. Now the palace of the winding path is usually full of scorched. Ow! Damn it! But after I took care of that, I found some food, and was glad to have found a dry place to sleep. Although, this place sure is something else. You gotta say that, at least. It was easy enough to find a bed. I got comfortable and settled down for the night, listening to the rain. The morning came quick enough, and as I was on my way out, well, I figured, why not? What? You're surprised? It ain't like I didn't pick up any other skills out here. But of course, when I left, it had to still be raining. Fun. So I headed on out, figuring to head over, loop around, and take the road south. It was a walk, and I only ran into one settler on the way. Not surprising considering the weather. But as I walked on, I found that I was about to have a real bittersweet moment. This was the spot I made my very first home. First time I was on my own. I crept by the old munitions factory, hoping to avoid trouble, but, as is usually the case, trouble found me up the road. I wasn't sure at first what it was, but the sound made it pretty clear. Liberators. They are everywhere. They were more irritating than troublesome, really. pretty soon I came to a, well, you know what's gonna happen here.
King of the road.
Up the road were some of them Brotherhood hopefuls, but I didn't have much time to talk.
Find, protect, and preserve.
Red Rocket Mega Stop at the north of the highway. One of my favorite places to restock and rest up. I headed south, and pretty soon I was in Freddy Fears. And pretty much like I expected, there were some ghouls. Now let's talk about feral ghouls. Now most ghouls are good people, and they get a bad rap. But feral ghouls have lost their minds. They're more like animals or some kind of zombies, and they'll come after you as soon as look at you, and they are faster than you think. Now Freddy Fears is a real fun spot, because in addition to the feral ghouls all over the place, well, you're likely to find a Wendigo. Let's talk about that. Even growing up out here, them things were the stuff of my nightmares. I heard that they're mutated humans, but they were. That thing is fast. It'll tear you apart. And if you know what's good for you, I'd watch out for that shriek. Still, I've seen them enough to know how they move, so I only got a couple scratches put down. This time. Anyway, I cleaned up the ghouls and headed out. There's a sort of hush that falls on Mire, even with the animal sounds. It's like nowhere else.
Maybe we'll finally be able to rebuild society.
Alright. I ain't sure that's such a good idea, but okay. I went on my way down 66, conveniently keeping my opinion to myself. And pretty soon I turned on off into the Mire proper. And I was getting excited, as always, because I figured I was getting closer and closer to my interview. And although I still do get that thrill of fear coming through here, I've hunted here enough times that I can come through at night if I need to. But tonight, I figured it might be a good idea to find a place to hole up for the night. And after thinking about it, Raleigh Clay's bunker seemed like the best idea. After all, it was good enough for the Free States. They were pretty paranoid, so I hear. I headed on down to make sure it was clear. And after that, well, it was pretty much just a matter of wandering around until I remembered where the beds were. Turns out I was more tired than I thought. When I got up, I figured I'd look and see if there was anything for breakfast laying around. I owe you all the beer. Fantastic. So, on I went anyway, hungry or not. But I wasn't too worried, figuring that by the time I got where I was going, I'd have had more than a chance to remedy that unfortunate situation. More likely sooner than later, because, after all, I knew this area pretty well, and there's a lot of wildlife out here. As I got closer, I started hearing some strange noises that weren't no wildlife. Hello? Somebody out there? Alright. It's all good. Just calm down. Listen, let me talk about it.
Escorting hostage.